Today on the channel, we take a look at the Tantive 4 playset. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Star Wars unboxing and review. And today we've got the Tantive 4 playset from the Vintage Collection. But for all your Star Wars needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. And like I said, the Tantive 4 playset, finally getting around to unboxing this one on the channel. I've had this for almost a year, I think, maybe even longer at this point. I actually bought 3 of these, as you can build these out, make them bigger, build your own and choose your own adventure is really what you can do with these things. And the cool thing is also, it comes with a Rebel Trooper inside on card, on the Vintage card, of course. So we got 3 more Rebel Troopers, and if you're following along and watching these videos in order, yesterday we opened up a bunch of Rebel Troopers, so today we'll get the Vintage Collection versions to go with this. You got to build this out with a bunch of Rebel Troopers, you know how you do. It's going to look great on display. I'm excited to get this one open. I also bought from the Cardboard Galaxy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen their Facebook page, eBay store. It's a guy that makes cardboard pieces, paper pieces to really build out these play sets. We used it on the carbon freezing chamber. I also got some for this, so it'll be interesting to see how this nets out, how this looks with those, and we'll take a look at that. But first, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, talk about it, unbox it, talk about it, see where it goes from there. So let's look at the packaging first. There it is, the old Tantive 4 IV. I see IV, I always think of WrestleMania 4 is what I think of when I see the IV, but Tantive 4, a peaceful shuttle, I believe, that wasn't so peaceful by the end of things, but you can see right there, they got the Vintage Collection Rebel Trooper. You know inside you're getting that. We got some glamour shots of what's been going on, what you can do with this. I love that they're promoting the toy, making us use our imagination to say, hey, wait a minute, this is what I can do. I can build this out on my desk, in my display, at my house, whatever. I like that a whole lot. A glamour shot from the movie, a movie scene reenacted with figures with R2, C-3PO, and Princess Leia there. You got working doors on there, as you can see with the Stormtrooper and Darth Vader. And you got warnings and some Rebel Troopers, stuff like that down below there. Both sides are the exact same on both those, I forgot to mention that. And then the top demonstrates how you can build out these. By buying multiple sets, you can build these out. Now, these were fairly cheap on GameStop and Amazon for a little bit. I want to say they were $20-some a piece for a while. I think they're about $70 now, a little bit more pricey than most of us would like to pay, I'm sure, at this point. But I felt it was a good deal at the time, so I did pick up 3, and I felt like there was a bigger sale. There was a reason I bought 3. I don't know if it was to get free shipping or what was going on, but it was a heck of a deal, and I did pick it up. And a little of that long game unboxing is what we're doing here. So, like all these play sets, they take forever to put together, so I'm going to put it together off camera, and we'll come back and we'll have the old Tantive 4 put together. Alright, and we're back. I got these bad boys together. I built 2 of them. I still have 1 in the box to build, but I figured 2 is enough to get the story across to everybody. So, it does come with instructions, typical with the Vintage Collection. I will say something that I almost messed up on here is this little part right here shows peg holes. There is a little cardboard baggie. It's a baggie, but it's made out of cardboard. Does that make any sense? But it's taped into the cardboard, really blends in there. It has all the little peg holes, very small, easily thrown away. I almost threw mine away. I had to go through the box again, and I said, oh my gosh, I almost missed that. So FYI, if you're building this at home, or if you already had this, you very possibly could have thrown those away already. So I wanted to put that out there. All in all, it wasn't terrible to put together. It slides and locks in, clicks. Almost like Lego type system is really what it ends up being like. Not too bad, but trying to figure out how to display it is the hard part when you have multiples of them. Do you want one long corridor? Do you want a boxed in corridor? How do you want to do it? I guess you got to ask yourself. So we'll get into it. We'll talk about it. We'll show a little bit of this. We'll show some pictures like we always do. Here is the Rebel Trooper it comes with right there. Rogue One Rebel Trooper. Rogue One, I've said it before, a very underrated Star Wars movie. One of my favorites of all time, actually. I love that movie. Pretty good one there, but you get the Rogue One Rebel Trooper here. Back of the package, a waste of time, as we always say with the Vintage Collection. Nothing good. These really do display beautiful. The black carding just makes me feel like it's my 4th birthday. I'm getting a bunch of these. That's what I feel like whenever I see this packaging. So I hope it never changes, but you know, for science and everything else, we're going to unbox this here on the channel. That's exactly what we're going to do. Rebel Trooper, see you later. See you later. Little instructions. Do I really need instructions for a figure? See you later. There it goes. Little plastic prison of the old Rebel Trooper. I like that he comes with all this extra stuff. He's got a blaster. I don't know what this is. It's got more accessories than your typical vintage collection figure, so I like this. I just got to figure out exactly what is going on here. And what is this? I couldn't even tell you what this is called. See you later. I'm not even sure what this is called. It almost looks like a movie camera. I'm not sure what the weapon is called. We got that, and then we got this, which I'm not sure what this is either. I guess it's an ammo belt. It can go around his arms. I'm guessing what that is. Very, very small there. He does have a blaster in his hand. He's got his helmet. The helmet is removable. Oh, he looks like an old man, an old Rebel Trooper that's just saying to himself, you know what, I'm so close to retirement. Hopefully nothing happens. This is my maiden voyage home. Hopefully I make it. And then bam, all of a sudden, you know what happened? Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers invade. He said, oh, not on my last day. I was so close to being done. It's almost like, was that Lethal Weapon 2? 1? I don't know. One of the Lethal Weapons. I have seen the Lethal Weapon movies back in the day, for sure. But you got your typical vintage collection articulation. You got the boots that move around. You got a little ankle pivot out there. Very dangerous though on these. Very easily breakable. You got the knees that bend. You got the arms up and down, legs up and down. You got waist. You got the head, of course. You got the wrists and the elbows. All that fun stuff. I do like that this mask, helmet I should say, is removable. That is nice, and you can remove it, and he can wear a baseball hat. So I think that is pretty cool too if he wants to, you know, be off, go fishing, something like that. I wonder if we can get some reuse in other figures with this hat. It's pretty cool, actually. I like just a regular baseball cap on this guy. You can put it back like he's just a too cool for school type dude. But cool. You need Rebel Troopers for this. You need many Rebel Troopers for this. You got to reenact that scene. You can't just have one Rebel Trooper hanging here. You got to have multiples. And of course, I got multiples somewhere. Oh, here they are, right in front of my face. We have some of the ones from the, what would it be, the Power of the Jedi collection. Is that what we unboxed yesterday? We unboxed that, and we had Captain Antilles as well. Saga collection. So we got a few of them here. Got 3 of them. This one definitely different than these. More of a baby blue, more screen accurate than these guys are. But they'll all smoke and mirrors together. They blend together, and I like that they all look different. So it doesn't look like it's the same guy 10 times back in the display. So we got all those there. That's really good. But the meat and potatoes of all this is, of course, the displays here. And you can choose your own adventure. You can make this thing as long as you want, short as you want. You can have it kind of boxed in like a shoebox. You can have it wing out. There's a lot of ways you can go with this. So as you can see right here, nice little diorama here. You can plug and play. A little bit confusing here and there because you're trying to line up all the things. You're like, wait a minute, this feels like it should work, but it doesn't. So I did have a few instances where I thought I was doing it right, where I wasn't. But playing around, you'll get it figured out. You just got to convert it to how you want it and how your space is. If you want to box it in, you could do that. Or you could have it real long. If you have a real long shelf, you could put this on. So there's truly is choose your own adventure. You got doors here that open. I like this. It's got a little slider on top. I think that's pretty cool. You got that on both sides. Just like the movie, basically. That's just how it went in the movie. We did the same thing. So you got that slider right there. The floor is just gray, and those pegs go in there, the peg holes I was telling you guys about. You just put them in yourself, which is interesting. You think they would have been molded in, but I'm sure there was a cost reason they didn't do that. Not a lot of color to this, as you can see. It's all white, gray floors. You got little red signs there on the doors and stuff. But I guess that is truly like a space vehicle, as we've seen in Star Wars. There's not like a bunch of different colors going on. It's pretty bland. It's pretty white across the board. That's what we see. And I think that makes, you know, Darth Vader, when he enters in here, it makes it all that much more important. You got this all black costume character in this all white enclosure. It just eye appealing, really hits home. That's at least how I see it there. But like I said, you can build these together. You can build them out. You can kind of choose your own adventure. There's a lot of ways you can go. Now here's where I was talking about Cardboard Galaxy, the inserts here. They just put in here, and then these little wall things, they just snap in, locking this in place. Instead of it just being white, plain background, you get a little action there. You get a little bit more of a scene. It looks a little bit better, more movie realistic, of course. Got another one over here. So you can put these like this. Just a way to catch the eyes, real easy. I always say it, it's like the wrestling figures, making your basics elite. That's what this is. Just a $10 little paper set here. Brings this up to the next level, makes it more eye appealing, makes it more official in my book. So I like that a whole lot. I'm still not sure exactly how I'm going to display mine. Part of me thinks I might put it together like this, make a one whole box kind of thing. You guys kind of get the point there. Or I may make one real long corridor, depending on which shelf I'm going to use. I'm still trying to build out my displays, trying to get that all figured out. One of these days we'll have a room tour, and you'll see exactly what I did. But pretty strong set. Definitely not worth $70 to me, though. I think the $20 to $35 price range is what I'm willing to pay for something like this. Unless you're a huge fan or really want this, I don't recommend paying $70 for this. Maybe you can find a used one a little cheaper. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really looked at these too much lately. I know I saw on eBay or somebody was selling, a couple weeks ago I came across one. It was like $70. I said, boy, they're that much now? It seems a little high to me. But for $20 to $35, I think this is a winner. Play sets are a great thing. It's really a forgotten thing, as most of you guys know. In the 80s, in the heyday of collecting, every line had play sets, and now you just rarely ever see play sets anymore. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and we've talked about those on the channel before, the lack of Toys R Us being a big one out there. But I do appreciate the Star Wars team, the Vintage Collection team, giving us things like this, giving us the carbon freezing chamber. I believe there's a Mandalorian cantina hopefully coming very soon. So I like that they're still doing this, but once again, it is in the 3 3/4 scale, which was the norm back in the day, now severely lacking. But Star Wars, and that's about it in the 3 3/4 scale, as you guys probably know. So it's okay. I'm not going to say this is the greatest set ever. It's not the worst. It's somewhere in that deep middle aspect we all sometimes live in, and that's where this one sits to me. But getting a Vintage Collection Rebel Trooper with this does help soften the blow, because you're going to need some of these to go with it. So it's not the worst play set in the world. We'll just leave it at that. But what do you guys think? Did you pick this up? Do you have plans for it? How did you display this? I'm trying to think what way I want to do it. I'm going to look at some pictures online, see which one looks best for my needs. If you got any good recommendations, leave them down in the comments for me. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell while you're here. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for the Tantive 4 playset and old Smokey Joe that was just hoping to retire, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.